welcome. So we are going to build a simple calculator using Python. Okay, so a simple calculator using Python. So first of all, we have to make sure our Python is installed. That's the latest version, Python 3.13. Then you need your VS Code or your Visual Studio Code. This is where you actually run all your Python functions. So you open your VS Code, you wait for it to load. Okay. So once your VS Code loads, then you have to go and create a folder. So you go open folder, right? And you create a folder on the desktop. So new, so click on it. So you can name your folder calculator, because that's what you are going to, right? So calculator, then we select it, right? So our calculator is open here. Then we click on this. Then we can name it again calculator.py. So that's Python. Good. So now our Python has opened for us. So this is where we actually run all the codes. So this is where you do all your coding. For the purposes of time, I've already written out the code here. So I'll just copy it and explain what it means. So I'll copy and come and paste. So you paste it here. This is your working area. This is where all the magic happens. So I've pasted it here. So let's quickly run through what our code means. So this calculator.py, that's the name of the file we named here. And now you're going to define the terms for Python, right? You're going to create a calculator. So you have to define what we want. So we are saying that Python should add and x and y. So where x is like the first number that you input and y is the second number that you input. And when you run this function, you're telling Python to return it as x plus y. So anytime you see add, it will return it as x plus y. So that's the same thing for this. So subtract x and y, then it will return it as x and y. Multiply to do the same. And now we come to what? Divide. So with the division, there's a caveat, right? If you divide any number by 0, that you get an error. So you have to tell Python that anywhere you see y equal to 0, then the return will be, or the output will be error. That means you can't divide it by 0. So you actually indicate it, right? Apart from this, wherever you see x divided by y, you give us an answer. So that's what it means. So you simply define our terms or what we want Python to do for us. So now you go on to print. So the print function actually outputs what the user will see, right? So this is what will happen in Python, but this is what you, the user, using the calculator, this is what you're going to see. That's what we print. So we print a simple calculator. That is the name of our calculator. We are naming a simple calculator. And the user is also going to see select operation. So this select operation, we are also going to define it down here. So where 1, so in defining, we said addition, subtraction, multiplication, but then we can represent it with 1. So wherever you see 1, 1 will be equal to addition. So if you input 1, Python will read that 1 as addition, where 2 is subtraction, 3 is multiplication, and 4 is division. So this is what the user will see. So then to give you the choice, so you, the user, what do you want? So whatever you input, so the user can input either 1, 2, 3, or 4. Remember, we already defined them. Wherever you see 1, Python should read it. So you, the user, will see it as 1, but Python will read 1 as addition, and so on and so forth. Okay, then we go to the numbers, this x and y. So the first number that you input, then equal to float. So we use the float function to allow for decimals. So 5.1, let's say 2.2, 3.2. If you don't use float, when you input that into your calculator, Python will read it as error. But once you use your float, Python can allow for decimals to happen, or for you to input in decimals. Okay, so we are saying that for the first number, even if it's a decimal, right, Python should allow you to enter it. Then the second number, remember this is x, this is y, as we defined earlier. Okay, so let's go down. So now if you, the user, or the user inputs 1, you're telling Python to print, like remember 1 was equal to what? Addition. So if you input 1, then Python is going to, the output is going to be 1 plus 2. So this is x, this is y, whichever numbers you choose. So let's just say you choose 5, you input 5 first, you want to do 5 plus 2. So 5, when you choose 1, Python is going to print as 1, 5 plus the 2, then to give you your answer. So the same thing for the rest. So this is subtraction. Then if you choose 3, as I said, multiplication. So basically, we're just going over what we spoke about earlier. And anything apart from the 1, 2, 3, 4 that we defined up there, we're telling Python to read it as invalid input or error. So this is the code. This is simple code for our calculator. So we, after this, you just run it. So you run it as a Python file and see what happens. So this is your terminal that will show you the output. So Python is processing the information and to put the output here for us. So let's wait. So you see it's coding it. Python is coding it. So this is the output that we're talking about. There's a print. This is what the user will see. So this is the name of our calculator. Simple calculator. There's addition. 1 is addition. 2 is subtraction. 3. So now Python is saying that what, enter your choice. So do you want 1, 2, or 3? So let's just say 2. Then we input. And now, so now it's now subtracting whichever number we put here. Python will perform the subtraction function. So let's say our first number is 56. Then Python is asking for our second number, let's say 10. We input, you see, Python will give you an answer. Then apart from that, we can enter any other functions that we want. So let's say 2 space, then plus, let's say 7, we enter. Python will return an answer. So let's say multiplication, let's say 6 space times, let's say 4. You input it, Python is going to give you an answer. So basically, we've created a simple calculator that we can use. You can use it for your basic mathematics. Python, we just coded that in Python. So that's how simple it is. Thank you.